Hey everyone, it's your buddy Crypto Profit back with another video, and today we're going to be jumping straight into Cardano ADA. We do see a 2.51% increase in the last 24 hours alone, looking at $1.21 right now as the current price point. We do have price predictions today we're going to jump into by the end of the year, as well as the end of Bull Market Part 2. So if you guys want to stay up to date with Bull Market Part 2 information, and obviously anything regarding Cardano and altcoins, make sure to quickly subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and like the video. Let's get started. So the last week alone, we do see a 3.1% increase. In the last month, we see a 3% decrease. So actually a fairly decent month for Cardano during this accumulation, manipulation, FUD stage that we are still in. A lot of really great things are happening in the market right now. So if we take a look at the prices across the board, we are seeing a 4.3% increase in the last 24 hours. Bitcoin's making its way to 34K yet again. Ethereum's over 2.1K, Cardano at $1.21. We're seeing huge, massive increases across some of these smaller altcoins like Internet Computer up about 11%, Theta up about 15%, and so on if you continue to look through. I will say, guys, it's looking very, very good. I do think we could break out of this here in the upcoming, really months ahead. A lot of people saying that we could even see 40K by the end of July. Specifically, if we go over to JRNY, he actually just talked about this. I think he tweeted something about this. Let's check here real quickly. So this steady Bitcoin rise is looking bullish. I still think we will test 40K in July. That would be amazing. I'm not sure that's going to happen. I do think realistically it's going to take a little bit longer to see that massive of a push, but definitely a possibility still, like I said. So let's jump into some different news and information regarding Cardano before we jump into those price predictions. So first up, we have last year, December, there was a total of about 130 wallets. Over the last 7 months, we saw a consistent growth of 110 to 300 new Cardano wallets per month. Obviously, a massive amount. And when I say 130, obviously, I'm talking about 1,000. And this is, like I said, a massive amount of new wallets per month. Amazing growth. Alonzo is not even fully released yet. So people inherently recognize good stuff. And we're getting closer to 1.25 million as we speak now. So just great information, continuing to see Cardano grow across the cryptoverse. Obviously, the price is still a little bit low, but I do expect that to rise, like I said. So we'll talk about that here at the end of the video. Jumping into the next one, we see, wow, cool, Cardano Hotel Barcelona right in the center. Great time with Alfred here. So this is a cool idea as well. Obviously, there's a hotel in Barcelona that is supporting Cardano. It looks very, very obvious as to they talk about how the hotel that became the world's first business to accept ADA, and they kind of show more about that in the pictures here. So thanks to Peter for that kind of information and pictures there. Very, very cool. As we jump into the next one, this is a Factoid Friday. Cardano always puts one of these out every Friday, so we always talk about them. So Factoid Friday, did you know voting for Project Catalyst Fund 5 proposals is now live? So US $2 million in funding will be distributed to the proposals with the most votes. Voting ends August 2nd, 2021 at 11 UTC. We jump into the next one. Nature tends to achieve the best results with the minimum energy expenditure. Those who manage their energy better have a better chance of survival in both nature and business. Cardano uses POS since it is more energy efficient than POW, and this is definitely a great thing to see because if we actually jump into the next article, it talks exactly about that. So 4 eco-friendly cryptos you should know about. We've talked about how eco-friendly Cardano is, and of course, number 1, Cardano ADA. Cardano is probably the best known of the proof-of-stake cryptocurrencies. The team behind this third-generation crypto wrote a new blockchain that's more sustainable, scalable than both Bitcoin and Ethereum. It uses about same energy of really 600 US homes. Each year it aims to provide a programmable ecosystem that can address real-world problems. All eyes are on its plans to launch its smart contracts capability later this year. These self-executing contracts are small pieces of code that enable many of the programmable applications on Ethereum's network. If Cardano can complete, some believe it could overtake Ethereum eventually. So that would be huge, obviously, to see Cardano complete this and continue to complete things at a reasonable timestamp or roadmap. We've seen their roadmap. We know what's coming. We would just like to see it done in a reasonable time. So jumping into the next article, this one talks more about Cardano can change Africa. So technology is valuable only when it is adopted and used for solving real issues. A public network can be adopted by individuals, but it does not mean that an institution or even government cannot decide to use it as well. it has happened. Ethiopia decided to adopt Cardano. So we talked about this before. Obviously, this was big news when it did take place, and it talks more about Ethiopia improving its education system via a partnership with IOHK. Just the beginning. They talk about that here. Actually, I was going to kind of mention something about this. This is just the beginning. Imagine how far Cardano could actually take this with some of these new, things in their roadmap being completed, like smart contracts, and obviously, so many more things possible here in the future. They have a conclusion here. We'll read this quickly, and then we'll jump into the last article of our Cardano really adventure here today. So Ethiopia will become the biggest user of public blockchain technology in the education sector. Other sectors are just a matter of time. Do not expect magic to happen tomorrow. The deployment will take time. We can see fruits after a few years when the first generation of students finish studies and will apply for a job via DID and digital qualification. Let's hope that in the next decade, we will see many countries building services on Cardano. I do expect a lot of people to continue to grow this ecosystem, as Cardano is one of those very, very loved, very, very, very loved ecosystems right now that a lot of people are jumping into. We also see Nervos reveals Cardano's cross-chain bridge infrastructure update. So moving toward more really interoperable blockchains altogether. So IOHK, the leading developer team and company in the Cardano blockchain, announced partnership with the Nervos network on June 2nd. We talked about this. The main product of the partnership was a cross-chain bridge that will go live soon. As mentioned above, the biggest result of this bridge is interoperability between blockchains. So users can use ADA and CKB interchangeably. Besides, creating native tokens in the blockchains will be easier, and it seems that those tokens will be interoperable between blockchains too. So this is, like I said, a big deal, continuing to see big things taking place with Cardano in the ecosystem altogether. So I do want to talk about all of these things coming and, all of this good news and information that we just read about and talked about. What price point do we expect by the end of the bull market and by the end of the year? So we'll start with the end of the year. Obviously, remember, I am not a financial advisor, so always do your own research before investing, as crypto is very, very volatile. I do expect Cardano to have, a few ups and downs on the way up, but I do think we are close to getting on our way back up. We may have just made the bottom of crypto, and I think we have a lot of people that are excited about where Cardano could go in the near future. So because of all of this, great information that we just talked about, I do think Cardano will be pushing closer and closer after smart contracts released and that ecosystem continues to grow closer to that previous price point. If we look at its previous all-time high around $2.46, I think we reach about $3 to $6, $3 to $5 range by the end of the year. Obviously, it depends when that bull market part 2 does kick off, but if it does kick off later in the year, I do expect, $3 to $4 as a more reasonable spot, or more of a, I'd say, more of a conservative price prediction for you guys. I think going into the end of bull market part 2, we could easily see about $7 to $10 if we do see this bull market part 2 last longer than just a few months. So it's going to be a very exciting couple of weeks ahead and months ahead as we get closer and closer to really out of this FUD and manipulation. I did suspect that by September we would be completely out, or really starting to, make our way out at the very least. So it's great to see this already maybe happening right now. Obviously, nobody can predict it perfectly, but a lot of people are suggesting that we have gone, started that recovery process. So if we have, it's going to be a great couple of months ahead. So make sure to quickly subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and like the video as we keep you guys up to date with Cardano, as well as so many other altcoins, like I said, across the channel. So thanks again, guys.